What is the emotional observation method? You already know what you're doing. That's the part most people miss. You know the drink is costing you more than it's giving you back, and you know that scrolling is swallowing whole chunks of your fucking evening. You know the food leaves you feeling like you've been dug up, and you know the argument is going nowhere. And you know the promise you made yourself at 7 o'clock this morning is under negotiation by 6 o'clock tonight. So information's not the problem. You've probably got enough fucking information to bore a fucking therapist to death. You know the pattern, you know the trigger, and you know where it came from. You can explain the whole thing with charts, childhood memories, and a podcast that you heard last Tuesday. Then Friday arrives, and you do it again. That gap between knowing and actually changing, that's where the emotional observation method comes in. EOM is the framework that I created to explain what happens before the behaviour takes over. Not after, before. Because the drink does not start when you lift the glass. The binge does not start when you're stood at the fridge at fucking 9 p.m. The argument didn't start when you finally lost your temper. By then, the machinery has already been running. Hours, sometimes fucking days. You're tired. You've eaten badly. You're carrying stress. You feel ignored, trapped, lonely, bored, or just completely fucking done. Your system's already under load, and something fucking small, no matter what it is, lands on top of everything else. And the old behaviour suddenly looks like the most sensible option available. It's not a good option, and it's not even a fucking option you generally want. Just the fastest route out of the state that you're in. This is the first thing that EOM changes. It stops treating behaviour as a courtroom drama. You're not standing in the dock waiting to be declared fucking weak, broken, or morally fucking defective. The behaviour is output. It is what the system produced under the conditions that you're living in. That does not excuse it. You are responsible for what you do. But responsibility becomes far more useful when you understand what needs changing. There's no point shouting at the final behaviour while you're ignoring the pressure, the inputs, and the sequence that produced it. I spent 25 years working as an IT technical architect. If a system keeps crashing, I don't stand over the server and tell it to believe in itself. I don't stick a motivational quote on the side of the fucking cabinet. I look at the load, the inputs, the warnings. What changed before the failure? When the system started degrading, and before people start, human beings are not fucking computers. I know that. And someone will point up in the comments with that stunning fucking revelation. But after all, we are complex systems and we still leave clues. EOM teaches you to notice them. The first part is tone. Tone is the overall state of the machine. How you slept, what you ate, pain, stress, your blood sugar levels. Are you lonely? Your hormones. Yes, men have fucking hormones as well as women. The row you had yesterday. The email you're avoiding. The brown letter that came through the letterbox this morning and you bunged in the fucking recycling bin. And the fact that you've spent 3 days being pleasant to people who you'd happily fucking fire into the sun. All of it changes the state you are operating from. When tone is poor, your options shrink. The old behaviour gets louder and Bob starts talking. Bob is that familiar voice that turns up with a fucking solution. It's not a good solution. Go on, you've had a shit day. One won't hurt. Start again Monday. You deserve it. Nobody will blame you. Bob is not fucking creative. He's got about 6 scripts, but he delivers them with the confidence of a bloke who has never been wrong in his life. Then the PR firm arrives. The PR firm explains why Bob is right. It builds the case. It edits the evidence. It ignores everything inconvenient. And within minutes, something you promised not to do at 7 o'clock this morning has become reasonable, deserved, and practically fucking medicinal. That is why arguing with yourself at the final moment rarely works. You're not having a fair debate. You can't. You were in a meeting where Bob wrote the fucking agenda and the PR firm has already briefed the press. EOM creates a gap before that meeting runs the whole show. You notice the signal. You name what is happening. You separate the feeling from the instruction attached to it. I feel overwhelmed is true. I therefore need a drink is a story. I feel rejected may be true. I therefore need to send that message is still a story. The emotion is real. the proposed solution is not automatically a command. And that is the gate. The small gap between the signal arriving and the old program taking fucking control. At the gate, you're not trying to survive and solve your whole fucking life. You're trying to win 10 minutes, change the state, cold water on the face, walk outside, sit in a different fucking chair, eat something with protein, breathe properly, in for 4, out for 6, get away from the screen, put the phone away, stop rehearsing the fucking argument. Do something physical before you're trying to outthink a nervous system that is already on fire. Physiology before psychology. Because you cannot always reason your way out of a fucking state that's reasoning did not create. And that's the practical heart of EOM. Notice the load, catch the signal, recognize Bob, ignore the PR firm's glossy fucking brochure, hold the gate, change the state, and then decide, not from panic, not from exhaustion, and not from the old program, from the operator's seat, the part of you capable of observing what the machine is doing without immediately becoming fucking part of it. I did not create EOM because I had a tidy life and fancied invented an acronym. It came from 45 years of drinking, cocaine earlier in life, 40 days of fucking 40 cigarettes a day, Benson and Hedges were my fucking stick, anxiety, insomnia, 15 years coaching people who often understand themselves brilliantly, but could still not stop repeating the same painful behaviour. It came from watching the same mistake being made again and again and again, and treating the final behaviour as the whole problem. It isn't. The drink matters, the binge matters, the anger matters, the scrolling, gambling, porn, spending, and disappearing all matter. But they're also telling you something about the whole system and about the state of the system. EOM helps you hear that message before the behaviour delivers it with a fucking hammer. You're not broken, you're not powerless, and you're not required to turn one behaviour into your entire identity. You're operating a human system with history, wiring, pressure, and some deeply questionable fucking software. The work is learning how that system behaves under load and servicing it differently. And that is the emotional observation method. It's not positive thinking, it's not surrender, and it's not another fucking miracle cure sold by someone holding a green smoothie, dancing with unicorns in Lycra. It's observation, state change, better inputs, and enough space at the gate to choose what happened next. Pick up the wrench. I'll see you next time. If you want to know more, learn more, the book is in the link in the comments in the description. Under Load is the book that I wrote that does all of the emotional observation method. You can also join the school community that I've built, private, everything in there stays private, where people are doing the work and moving on with life. Catch you next time.